Hello there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. Welcome back to another fragrance review. I hope you all are doing well. And if you're new to this particular channel, you get fragrance related reviews. Frequently on this particular channel, we bring out new fragrances, Indian houses, Middle Eastern houses, and so forth. And today I have a fantastic fragrance from the house of Ajmal, and this is called Ahlam. And this is their newest launch, and it's a fragrance that's inspired by a very popular DNA, a DNA that's very masculine and very appealing, very versatile, and something that a lot of people like to wear. And I'm very happy to review this particular fragrance because it is pretty good. So we'll find out more about it. We'll look at how the scent profile is, what the performance is, and is it valuable at the price point that it comes at, and look at all of it. You're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Let's get into the video right after this intro. Welcome back, and like I said, today we have a fragrance from the house of Ajmal, and this is called as Ahlam. Now this is, like I said, a relatively new launch from them, and it kind of comes in this kind of a paper box that looks like this, but the bottle itself is pretty good. I kind of like the way the bottle design is. So let me just open it up and show you the bottle. So what they've gone for is a blend of frost and clear, and that I think works very well. So this is how the bottle looks. So you will see this, the top part of it is gold and brown, and the bottom part is opaque, which is basically frosted, kind of a fusion of a glass bottle that looks very beautiful and elegant. It actually looks pretty premium, and that's where the offering is. The cap has got a little bit of a heft to it, which is pretty decent. The atomizer is pretty good as well. Let's do a couple of sprays. It punches out pretty nicely. So you will see that if you're able to see, you will be able to see that kind of, sprayer's job. So let me just do that. Okay, so you will be able to see how the sprayer works. And it's a DNA that I've kind of liked. I've been trying it, testing it for the last few days, and this is one of my favorite DNAs in general. So I kind of liked it when they said that this is a fragrance that smells very close to something very nice, right? So let's talk about the scent profile. So before that, this is a 100 ml EDP concentration, fragrance that you kind of get from them. Like I said, pretty good looking bottle, and I kind of like it the way they have done this, right? So you get a very beautiful kind of a scent profile that's very woody, that's sweet, and kind of very pleasing. Okay, so the sweetness is definitely there. The moment you open it up, you will definitely get a very nice oriental type of a sweetness to this particular fragrance, and then there is a lot of woody elements to it, and there is a little bit of an ambery effect to it as well. And as it gradually transcends into more deeper, it kind of opens up with a lot of other elements that makes this particular fragrance very masculine and at the same time very beautifully mass pleasing as well. So the fragrance actually opens with good amount of oriental spices. Specifically, if you think about nutmeg and cinnamon, that's the most predominant note that this particular fragrance opens with. And then it has got a lot of elements in the heart notes that brings out a little bit of musky effect. It's got good amount of amberiness. It's got good amount of spicy elements as well. That is something that you will get in the heart notes as well. In the heart notes, you will find lavender, and this lavender is mixed well with the ambery elements that I was talking to you about. And in the dry done, you do get a bit of vetiver and a bit of patchouli, which is there, but then they are not very prominent. The patchouli is somehow, I would feel that it's a little more drier. Okay, that's what you kind of get, but you get a very woody kind of a scent profile. Overall, I kind of like the way this kind of opens because it's got that lovely freshness as well, because there's a little bit of that minty vibe that you kind of get because of the cinnamon nutmeg combination that comes along with the lavender. Now the lavender is good because it kind of gives you that powdery dryness as well. So with the woodiness, with the little bit of the ambery element that you have, you kind of get a very beautiful scent profile that's sweet, that's got a little bit of lavender powdery vibe, and then it's got a little bit of that ambery element and a little bit of dry woody along with a good amount of patchouli. So that way I kind of felt it works very well, and it's a very nice twist that they've got for this particular DNA that you kind of know. Now the DNA of this particular fragrance is inspired by the Dior Sauvage Elixir. Okay, so Elixir, as you know, is a very masculine, aromatic, spicy, woody kind of a fragrance with a bit of musk, and that's pretty much the case here. But what they've gone for is a Middle Eastern kind of a twist to it, where the note profile is more towards the oriental aspect. The cinnamon and the nutmeg is the embodiment of this particular fragrance. That's populated very well by the lavender twist there is to it. And then of course the dry down is where there is a little bit of that patchouli, and that makes this particular fragrance slightly off that DNA from Dior Sauvage, but makes it more of a twist from Ajmal itself. Now, what I can think is the Dior Sauvage Elixir itself is a lot more potent and on your face kind of a fragrance, which is very loud, super beast mode, in fact. And a lot of people get repulsed by it because it kind of becomes very strong for them. And that's where I feel this particular fragrance does wonders, because this is a very beautiful balance between loud and beast mode. So it's just about right there in its projection. So that makes it very nice. That sweetness is very, limitedly very nice. It's not overly sweet, it's not overly loud, and at the same time it's got a fantastic projection that goes on for hours. So it projects easily for about an hour and a half. You get that nice vibe of nutmeg, oriental sweetness, that element, and along with that there's a little bit of musky approach that you also get, so that also carries for a long time. Now, because of that change on this particular fragrance, this lasts really good. Now, surprisingly, on your skin you can get between 6 to 8 hours, which is pretty impressive coming from a fragrance like this with the EDP concentration. And then on your apparels, you can expect beyond 12 hours time. In fact, I can say that I've got more than 24 hours time on my apparel. When you sniff off your clothes, you will be able to smell it pretty good. As such, this particular DNA is pretty loud by itself. So with that twist of lavender and vetiver coming into this particular fragrance with that amber, the longevity is kind of enhanced a little more. So you will easily get between 6 to 8 hours time indoor and outdoor. I would say this is more suited for evenings wear. Okay, that's pretty much the kind of fragrance that you should wear, especially in a winter season time like this. It really opens up, it gives you that nice loud projection, very good performance, and that oriental sweetness that you can kind of look for in a nice wintry kind of a fragrance. Now, you can definitely wear this for celebrations, weddings, parties. This can be one of those one fragrance that kind of works everywhere. And because it's good in terms of its longevity and performance, you do get very good value from this particular fragrance. Now, this on Ajmal's website is about 2,700 rupees. I think they do have a 10% discount. So I think it retails to about 3,000 rupees. So with a 10% off, you can get it for about 2,700 rupees. So for that particular price, you do get a very good quality of fragrance that has got a very mass-pleasing DNA. That sweetness, oriental sweetness, along with that lavender and the woody vibe is very mass-appealing, mass-pleasing. So you can get a good amount of compliments from this. And surprisingly, this particular fragrance performance is superb. I was surprised that it actually did about 6 to 8 hours on skin and then more than 24 hours on apparel. But I would safely say you can go between 12 to 16 hours depending on your weather condition and your skin condition as well. Overall, a very good flanker from the house of Ajmal. Very beautiful fragrance that you can easily consider, especially if you like the DNA of Dior Sauvage, and if that is something that you would like to wear. Very unisex, very appealing, mass-pleasing fragrance. Try this one. This is called Ahlam from the house of Ajmal. And if you kind of like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on another video. Until another time, take care. Bye bye.